After Hun Huzi uttered his demand for the Tushi ancient god Jade, the entire stadium, which had been in an uproar due to the birth of the Tier 9 mysterious pill, instantly fell into complete silence. The expressions of all the Yao clan elders turned gloomy, and cold killing intent flickered in their eyes. The Tushi ancient god Jade was a supreme treasure held separately by each of the 8 ancient clans, treated with the utmost importance and heavily guarded, to the extent that even ordinary elders rarely had the chance to see it. Because of this, anyone aware of its significance viewed Hun Huzi as a lunatic, since there was no possibility that the Yao clan would ever lend such an item, making his request seem completely insane. Xiao Yan frowned tightly as he observed Hun Huzi, sensing that something was not right, especially because of the strange smile on his face. He understood that such words were a direct challenge to the Yao clan's prestige, and given Hun Huzi's supposed 6-star Do Sheng strength, it would be impossible for him to escape from Yao Dan. However, Hun Huzi showed no fear at all, which made Xiao Yan even more suspicious. With his sharp instincts developed over years of experience, Xiao Yan felt that Hun Huzi was not acting foolishly but was instead relying on something, causing his heart to sink slightly. He immediately moved beside Yao Lao and warned him to be careful. And Yao Lao also sensed that something about Hun Huzi was strange. Meanwhile, Elder Wanwo stood in the sky with a dark expression, his eyes filled with murderous intent as he stared at Hun Huzi, ready to attack the moment Yao Dan gave the order. Yao Dan himself, seated as the clan leader, stared at Hun Huzi without expression, though a sharp chill flashed in his eyes as he questioned him coldly. In response, Hun Huzi laughed and claimed that the Tushi ancient god Jade was a source of disaster that would bring calamity to the Yao clan, suggesting that handing it over in exchange for safety would be a better choice. Showing no concern for the killing intent directed at him, enraged by these words, Elder Wanwo finally erupted and attacked, unleashing vast Do Qi as he appeared above Hun Huzi and formed a massive flame palm to strike him. At that moment, Hun Huzi muttered that the timing was right, lifting his head toward the distant sky with a strange grin as black flames surged violently from within him, causing his aura to skyrocket. With a casual wave of his sleeve, his seemingly ordinary palm collided with Elder Wanwo's attack, instantly devouring it, and the powerful Elder Wanwo was heavily injured, spitting blood as he was sent flying backward and crashing into the ground, creating a massive crater. This shocking scene caused everyone's expression to change drastically as Hun Huzi calmly revealed that he had merely been playing with them all along, his long hair fluttering as black flames completely covered his eyes, giving him an eerie appearance. His aura had now reached the level of a 7-star Do Sheng, far surpassing Elder Wanwo, shocking everyone present. Yao Lao's expression changed as he realized that Hun Huzi had been hiding his strength the entire time, while Xiao Yan became extremely serious, recognizing that he had failed to detect this concealment from the beginning and that Hun Huzi was deeply scheming, capable of suppressing his strength even under extreme circumstances. However, Xiao Yan also questioned whether Hun Huzi truly intended to seize the ancient jade from the Yao clan with just his own strength. At this moment, Yao Dan's expression finally turned completely dark as he stood up and ordered the clan to send a signal to the Yan and Lei clans, declaring that they had found the culprit behind the disappearance of the Ling and Shi clans. This revelation shocked everyone, including Xiao Yan, who realized that the Hun clan was indeed responsible. The Yao clan elders quickly attempted to send the signal using a spatial scroll, but the spatial fluctuation was suddenly disrupted and collapsed before forming a tunnel. This caused many in the Yao clan to feel a chill in their hearts, and emergency alarms were immediately sounded, summoning numerous Yao clan warriors from the surrounding mountains. When questioned, Hun Huzi casually revealed that he had merely locked the Yao clan's realm, trapping everyone inside. Panic spread as the various experts present attempted to escape using spatial scrolls, only to find that all attempts failed. Xiao Yan's expression became extremely grim as he realized that something major was about to happen and that the Hun clan had chosen this exact moment during the medicinal ceremony to target the Yao clan. Yao Dan attempted to send a special transmission using a storage ring that could directly contact the Yan and Lei clan leaders. But even this failed, as the signal could not leave the sealed space, causing his heart to sink completely. Although he quickly regained his composure and warned that once the other clans discovered the disappearance of the spatial tunnel they would come to investigate and unite to destroy the Hun clan. Hun Huzi dismissed this, stating that the Hun clan had already eliminated the Ling and Shi clans without detection and could similarly erase the Yao clan. Yao Dan then rose into the sky, unleashing his full strength as a 7-star Do Shang, even stronger than Hun Huzi, preparing for battle. At the same time, the leaders and elders from various factions who had come to observe the ceremony pleaded to be allowed to leave, fearing they would be caught in the conflict. Hun Huzi agreed and told them they could leave, causing them to rejoice and rush toward the exit without hesitation. However, Xiao Yan, familiar with the Hun clan's ruthless nature, suspected that they would not be allowed to escape. As expected, just as they attempted to flee, countless black lights flashed across the horizon, followed by miserable screams as endless black flames seeped out from the void, spreading rapidly and covering the entire area in darkness. The escaping individuals were instantly annihilated, and all routes were sealed. Xiao Yan recognized the terrifying black flame as the true Nihility devouring flame, and even the heavenly flame within his body reacted with fear, indicating the immense danger. Suspended in the sky with monstrous black flames behind him, Hun Huzi spread his arms and looked down at Yao Dan with a strange smile, finally declaring that the Yao clan was finished, revealing that this was a carefully planned operation by the Hun clan to completely annihilate the Yao clan. The Hun clan covered the entire Yao realm with an endless black flame that blotted out the sky. Countless tiny fragments of the Nihility devouring flame spread throughout the area, silently attaching themselves to everyone present and continuously devouring their Do Qi. Ordinary Do Qi defenses were useless because the black flames could merge directly into them. Panic spread across the mountain range as everyone realized that the Hun clan intended to kill every person present, and the entire realm had already been sealed. Xiao Yan protected Yao Lao with his heavenly flame and discovered the invisible black flame particles through his exceptional eyesight. Yao Lao concluded that the Hun clan had sealed the realm to ensure that no survivors could escape. Xiao Yan realized that the Hun clan's recent silence had been part of their preparation to attack the Yao clan rather than pursue him. Yao Lao also connected this operation to the mysterious disappearances of the Ling clan and Shi clan, admitting that he had underestimated the Hun clan despite the alliance between the Yao, Yan, and Lei clans. Xiao Yan concluded that the Hun clan had ignored the destruction of their own branch by the Sky Mansion Alliance because they had been focusing all their efforts on eliminating the Yao clan. Since they were unable to confront the enemy directly, Xiao Yan decided that they should wait for the Yao clan to resist and seize an opportunity to escape during the battle. Although Yao Lao belonged to the Yao clan, he valued Xiao Yan's safety above his former clan and did not expect him to risk his life to save them. Realizing that the fate of the Yao clan would be decided that day, Yao Dan ordered every clan member to activate the heaven-transforming Yao formation, the ancient guardian formation that had never been used since ancient times. Elders released countless beams of light into the mountains, causing a gigantic formation to appear. Every precious medicinal herb in the mountains instantly withered as its energy was absorbed into the formation. All members of the Yao clan poured their Do Qi into it, producing overwhelming pressure comparable to an 8-star elite Do Shang. Yao Lao explained that the formation had been created by the Yao clan's founding ancestor, a Do Di, who had left behind a fragment of his soul, giving the formation enough power to possibly resist the Hun clan. Hun Huzi acknowledged that the Yao clan's guardian formation was much stronger than those of the Ling and Shi clans and respectfully requested the intervention of Lord Nihility. The endless black flame then condensed into a humanoid figure covered in black flames and mysterious black symbols. Its black hole-like eyes radiated terrifying devouring power, while all surrounding Nihility devouring flames emitted cries of submission. Xiao Yan immediately recognized the figure as the true body of the Nihility devouring flame itself, which had developed a heavenly flame spirit. Yao Lao explained that it was an existence similar to, but even stronger than, the purifying demonic lotus flame. Xiao Yan sensed that its aura surpassed even Yao Dan's, making it the most powerful heavenly flame he had ever encountered. The Nihility devouring flame attacked by transforming the surrounding black flames into countless drops of black fire rain that fell upon the guardian formation. As the rain struck, the formation's energy was continuously devoured, and the surrounding mountains rapidly lost all life. The Nihility devouring flame declared that the Yao clan could survive if they surrendered because the Hun clan still had use for them. Refusing to submit, Yao Dan ordered countless pillars of light filled with enormous quantities of medicinal pills from the medicine mountain to pour into the formation, sacrificing the Yao clan's entire collection to strengthen it. With absolute determination, Yao Dan performed a final invocation, calling upon the founding ancestor by using the power of tens of thousands of medicinal pills. The Yao clan activated their ultimate grand formation by drawing countless medicinal pills from every direction into its core. The pills were instantly refined into immense amounts of pure energy, eventually forming a vast sea of liquid energy within the formation that emitted thunderous sounds as it flowed. Yao Dan formed numerous hand seals and shouted for the founding ancestor to return. A massive vortex appeared at the center of the formation, continuously absorbing the liquid energy until an ancient aura slowly emerged. As the vortex disappeared, an elderly man dressed in rough linen materialized as an illusory soul fragment. The moment the founding ancestor's soul fragment appeared, every member of the Yao clan felt their souls tremble violently. The overwhelming pressure originating from their bloodline forced every Yao clan member on the mountain to kneel instinctively. The clan elders burst into tears with excitement, regarding the ancestor as a divine being. Xiao Yan, despite possessing a perfect heavenly state soul, found it difficult to breathe under the ancestor's pressure and realized that this was merely a remnant soul that had existed for an immeasurably long time, making him imagine how terrifying a true Do-Di had once been. Beside him, Yao Lao trembled with both fear and reverence. Hun Huzi also became unusually cautious, recognizing that the Yao clan was far more formidable than the Ling and Shi clans. Although he still believed it could not escape destruction, the Nihility devouring flame looked at the ancestor with mixed emotions, sighed softly, and lamented that the once supreme Yao Di had been reduced to nothing more than a remnant soul. Yao Dan knelt respectfully and begged the founding ancestor to protect the Yao clan. The ancestor slowly recalled the existence of the clan he had founded, but after looking over the battlefield, sadly remarked that the Yao clan had declined to such a miserable state. Yao Dan felt ashamed but offered no excuses. The founding ancestor then recognized the Nihility devouring flame. With a simple wave of his sleeve, he released light from the formation and forcibly dispersed the black flames that had been attached to it and were constantly devouring its energy. The Nihility devouring flame showed no fear or respect. He mocked the ancestor for possessing neither complete memories nor a complete soul. Comparing him to a puppet, he declared that capturing this remnant soul would be even more valuable than collecting 1,000,000 complete souls. He then pointed a finger downward, causing space itself to collapse as a gigantic black flame finger descended from the sky, large enough to cover half the mountain range while shattering the surrounding space. Just before the attack struck the formation, the founding ancestor calmly raised his hand and summoned a gigantic ancient medicinal cauldron. The cauldron was comparable in size to the black finger, covered with mysterious ancient patterns, and radiated an ancient aura. The enormous black finger slammed into the cauldron, producing an overwhelming humming sound that spread across the sky. Many weaker experts immediately vomited blood, while others had their eardrums ruptured by the terrifying vibration. The black finger was ultimately destroyed, but the medicinal cauldron became much more transparent, and the founding ancestor's soul visibly weakened after expending so much energy. Seeing his attack blocked, the Nihility devouring flame laughed and declared that a mere soul fragment could not stop him forever. He repeatedly pressed his finger toward the sky, summoning several more gigantic black flame fingers that continuously bombarded the medicinal cauldron. Under the relentless assault, numerous cracks gradually spread across the cauldron. Realizing the situation had become critical, Yao Dan immediately ordered every Yao clan member to pour all of their Do-Chi into the formation. Brilliant pillars of Do-Chi shot into the formation from every direction, restoring the medicinal cauldron until it appeared almost completely solid once again. Instead of remaining defensive, the cauldron flew out of the formation and charged directly toward the Nihility devouring flame. Even Hun Huzi was alarmed and hurriedly hid behind the Nihility devouring flame. The Nihility devouring flame calmly declared that he also possessed the strength of the Yao clan. With a wave of his sleeve, the entire Yao realm shook violently. Dense masses of black flames rose from outside the formation and merged into the black sea of flames in the sky. Countless miserable screams echoed throughout the realm. Xiao Yan quickly realized the horrifying truth. The black flames contained countless descendant citizens of the Yao clan. As they were drawn into the flames, their bodies were instantly refined into blood and completely devoured. Millions of innocent descendants were sacrificed without mercy. Xiao Yan tightly clenched his fists in anger, shocked by the Nihility devouring flame's absolute ruthlessness. Yao Dan also sensed what had happened outside the formation. His eyes nearly split open as he roared in madness that the Hun clan would forever remain the irreconcilable enemy of the Yao clan. The Nihility devouring flame ignored his rage. He condensed all of the blood from the slaughtered descendants into an enormous blood sphere that rapidly expanded until it reached a size of 10,000 feet. Every Yao clan member could clearly sense their own bloodline aura within the sphere. The Nihility devouring flame casually ordered the blood sphere to explode. It collided head-on with the gigantic medicinal cauldron, instantly filling the entire sky with blood-red light. The collision was so violent that everyone temporarily lost their hearing. The terrifying explosion shattered space itself before the surrounding black flames devoured the fractured space. The remaining destructive force then crashed directly into the Yao clan's grand formation. The formation shook violently as the liquid energy sustaining it rapidly scattered away. Seeing the increasingly transparent formation, everyone from the Jiyu clan realized with horror that even the Yao clan's ultimate defensive formation, supported by the strength of the entire clan, could no longer withstand the Nihility devouring flame. The founding ancestor quietly observed the collapsing formation before softly declaring that this calamity could not be avoided. Immediately afterward, he left the protection of the formation and transformed into a beam of light that pierced through the endless black flames at a speed faster than light before entering the body of the Nihility devouring flame. The collision itself produced only a muffled sound, but the Nihility devouring flame's body trembled violently. For the first time during the battle, genuine anger appeared in his voice as he cursed the old ancestor and unleashed endless black flames from within his body to completely erase the remnant soul. At that very moment, every member of the Yao clan felt that something fundamental within their bloodline had quietly disappeared forever. They immediately understood that their founding ancestor had completely vanished. Yao Dan stared blankly at the sky with bloodshot eyes as the spiritual pillar of the entire Yao clan disappeared before him. Without the ancestor sustaining it, the already damaged grand formation shook even more violently. Large cracks spread across its surface before it finally exploded completely in front of everyone. The Yao clan's final line of defense had been destroyed, leaving the clan completely exposed before the Nihility devouring flame. Even after enduring countless attacks, the Yao clan's guardian formation was ultimately shattered by the world-destroying power of the Nihility devouring flame. The broken formation dissolved into countless light particles that rained from the sky, illuminating the stunned and despairing faces below. Despite exhausting all their strength, the Yao clan could not change their fate, and everyone felt hopeless before the demon-like figure in the sky. Xiao Yan watched solemnly while silently circulating his dou qi. He summoned the Northern King again and stood beside Yao Lao. Knowing this was the most dangerous situation he had ever faced and that even he had no confidence of escaping the Hun clan's trap, Yao Lao stared at the sky with moist eyes. Although he had never felt a deep attachment to the Yao clan, the fragment of Yao Di's soul had been a divine existence to every member of the clan. Its destruction left every bearer of the Yao bloodline with the feeling that something irreplaceable had disappeared forever. Yao Lao told Xiao Yan to flee if the situation became hopeless because the Sky Mansion Alliance still depended on him and he also had to rescue his father. Xiao Yan remained silent but revealed an unwavering determination, quietly assuring his teacher not to worry. Recovering from the loss of Yao Di's soul fragment, Yao Dan addressed every member of the clan, declaring that the fate of the Yao clan had reached its final moment and that their only choice was to risk everything to preserve their bloodline. He called upon every elder to fight alongside him. Experts rushed into the sky from every direction, including not only elders but also young disciples whose eyes were red with determination. They understood that failure meant the complete extinction of the Yao clan, the loss of their homeland, and the destruction of all their pride and glory. Under Yao Dan's command, everyone unleashed their full strength. Their combined dou qi formed an enormous pillar tens of thousands of feet high that shot toward the Nihility devouring flame, followed by countless additional dou qi pillars from every direction. Xiao Yan observed that this overwhelming counterattack truly demonstrated the Yao clan's strength. Yet he realized the Nihility devouring flame was simply too powerful. He estimated that the opponent's true strength had reached at least the terrifying level of an 8 or even 9-star Do Shang. Otherwise it would have been impossible to destroy the Guardian formation and disperse Yao Di's soul fragment. Xiao Yan also realized that the Hun clan's hidden strength was far more terrifying than expected. The Nihility devouring flame alone had already driven the Yao clan into despair. While the mysterious Hun clan leader had not even appeared, likely because he was preventing the Jiyu clan from noticing the attack. Hun Hezi watched the countless Do Chi pillars with alarm because even he would have been gravely injured if struck by such a combined assault. The Nihility devouring flame also became serious and no longer underestimated the Yao clan's final resistance. He extended his hands, rapidly formed countless seals, and caused the endless black flames to transform into an enormous black hole vortex over 100,000 feet wide. The terrifying devouring force instantly spread in every direction, causing the land within its range to collapse and crack apart with enormous fissures. The countless Do Chi pillars continuously slammed into the vortex, producing deafening explosions that shook even the massive black hole. The Nihility devouring flame himself suffered the backlash as flames around his body exploded and he was forced dozens of steps backward. Hun Hezi was shocked that the dispersed Yao Di soul fragment had already wounded the Nihility devouring flame and that the clan's united attack had forced even someone of his strength to retreat. Although his aura had weakened considerably, the Nihility devouring flame calmly admitted that the Yao clan was stronger than both the Ling and Shi clans, but declared that their resistance could not alter their inevitable destruction. As he spoke, countless egg-like objects emerged from the black flames covering the sky. Black light poured into these eggs until they exploded, releasing countless black flame creatures that shrieked as they rained toward the mountain range like a storm. Chaos instantly erupted throughout the Yao clan, as everyone attempted to defend themselves. The black creatures flashed before them with incredible speed, tearing through their chests and leaving huge bloody holes. Xiao Yan seized one of the creatures and discovered that although they possessed human bodies, their hollow scarlet eyes and beast-like claws clearly distinguished them from ordinary humans. Yao Lao quickly realized that these creatures could devour both flesh and Do Chi. The mountain range descended into complete chaos as battles erupted everywhere, accompanied by endless screams while blood covered the land. Yao Dan continuously destroyed hundreds of the creatures with terrifying attacks before capturing one alive for inspection. After examining it carefully, he was horrified and recognized them as members of the Tunling clan, a race that should have been completely exterminated during the ancient era. Xiao Yan and Yao Lao had never heard of such a clan and could only exchange confused glances. Hun Hezi laughed coldly and stated that Yao Dan now understood why the Hun clan had launched this attack. Yao Dan finally realized why the Hun clan had managed to survive and remain powerful throughout the ancient era while many other ancient clans gradually declined. Understanding the horrifying truth, he immediately descended, gathered dozens of young Yao clan members, and ordered every elder to self-destruct and destroy the surrounding realm if necessary. Even if they all died, the bloodline of the Yao clan had to survive. Hearing this heartbreaking command, every Yao clan expert trembled, but without hesitation accepted sacrificing themselves to preserve their descendants rather than allowing the clan to become completely extinct. At that critical moment, Xiao Yan took a deep breath, firmly grabbed Yao Lao's arm, and prepared to make his move. Realizing that the decisive moment had finally arrived, the Yao clan experts unleashed all of their Do Chi and prepared to self-destruct in order to tear open the sealed realm and create an escape route. Hun Hezi realized their intention but could not stop them because the Nihility devouring flame had already transformed into countless tunneling. He immediately summoned reinforcements by tearing open a special scroll, bringing many Hun clan experts through a flame tunnel. Among them were Hun Jing and Hun Yan, two of the Hun clan's 4 demon saints. Hun Jing offered to spare part of the Yao clan's bloodline if they became a subordinate clan of the Hun clan. But Yao Dan firmly refused, declaring that the Yao clan would rather perish than live in humiliation. Hun Jing then ordered the complete extermination of the clan. As the Hun clan attacked, the first Yao clan elder self-destructed, severely injuring several enemies. His sacrifice inspired many other Yao clan experts to detonate themselves simultaneously, creating a devastating explosion that flattened the mountain range, shattered the ground with enormous cracks, and partially distorted the previously sealed realm, causing tiny cracks to appear in the spatial barrier. Seeing a chance to break the seal, Yao Dan ordered everyone to continue sacrificing themselves despite the overwhelming grief of watching countless clan members die and the Yao clan face extinction. Hun Jing interfered by using a giant black aura hand to scatter those preparing to self-destruct together, causing many sacrifices to become ineffective. Yao Dan then ordered Elder Wanwo and several powerful elders to launch their final attack after using a secret technique to completely boil their do qi and maximize their strength. Hun Huzi intercepted them alone with the Nihility Devouring Flame, preventing them from reaching Hun Jing and Hun Yan. Witnessing the tragic battle, Xiao Yan understood that the Yao clan was willing to sacrifice everything to preserve its bloodline, just as the Xiao clan had once done. With Elder Wanwo's group blocked, Yao Dan approached Xiao Yan together with more than a dozen talented young Yao clan members, including the top performers from the medicinal ceremony. He begged Xiao Yan to escort them out after the Yao clan experts tore open the sealed realm, believing only Xiao Yan had the ability to preserve the clan's remaining bloodline. Xiao Yan was deeply moved. While Yao Lao silently accepted Yao Dan's decision, Yao Tian refused to flee, wanting to stay and avenge his father, who had been killed by Hun clan experts. But Yao Dan slapped him and angrily reminded him that countless clan members were sacrificing themselves only to give the younger generation a chance to survive. Yao Tian and Yao Ling finally realized that they had always been protected by the clan. Yao Dan ordered all the young survivors to obey Xiao Yan completely, even if it meant sacrificing their own lives to preserve the Yao clan's bloodline. Although Xiao Yan felt the responsibility was overwhelming, he accepted and promised to do his best. While old man Shen Nong also agreed to help, Yao Dan then prepared for the final battle by charging alone at Hun Jing and Hun Yan with his do qi fully boiling. As the fierce battle began, the remaining Yao clan elders continued to self-destruct at the same location, and the repeated explosions finally shattered the black flame sealing symbols within the distorted space. The moment the seal broke, Xiao Yan released his heavenly flame to form a protective barrier around Yao Tian, Yao Ling, and the other young survivors. While the Northern King protected Yao Lao, their group immediately rushed toward the opening in the shattered spatial seal at maximum speed. The Yao clan experts continuously self-destructed, creating thunderous explosions that annihilated both their bodies and souls. Taking advantage of the destroyed seal, Xiao Yan led his group at full speed toward the broken section of space, while experts from other factions followed closely because they could not survive on their own. The Hun clan immediately redirected both the tunneling creatures and their experts to intercept Xiao Yan's group from every direction. Old man Shen Nong threw his medicinal staff and unleashed the life spirit flame, creating a vast sea of green fire and countless flaming trees that entangled the attackers, allowing Xiao Yan's group to advance more quickly. Hun Huzi urged the Nihility Devouring Flame to stop Xiao Yan because he possessed a Xianxia god jade. But the Nihility Devouring Flame refused, explaining that he was already occupied maintaining the spatial seal, recovering from injuries inflicted by Yao Di's soul fragment, and controlling countless tunneling creatures simultaneously. One of the Hun clan's 4 demon saints, Hun Yan, left his battle with Yao Dan, leaving Hun Jing to deal with him, and personally intercepted Xiao Yan. Hun Yan stated that he had long wanted to meet Xiao Yan, who had repeatedly caused losses for the Hun clan. Xiao Yan sensed that Hun Yan had reached the advanced 7-star Do Sheng class, making him far stronger than Yao Dan. Old man Shen Nong attacked with the life spirit flame, transforming it into a giant fire beast. But Hun Yan effortlessly destroyed it with a single massive Do Qi palm and continued attacking. Xiao Yan's group narrowly escaped the giant palm, but several experts behind them, including 1-star peak Do Sheng cultivators, were crushed into blood mist. Realizing that Hun Yan stood directly before the broken spatial seal and had to be defeated to escape, Xiao Yan summoned the Northern King puppet. Although the puppet launched a fierce assault, Hun Yan quickly recognized it as a powerful puppet, easily blocked its attacks, and heavily damaged its nearly indestructible body, proving that it could not contend with an advanced 7-star Do Sheng expert. Xiao Yan then merged completely with Little Yi, activating the extermination fire body. His body became crystal-like as the purifying demonic lotus flame covered every part of him, and he immediately unleashed his strongest technique, the extermination fire lotus, created from 6 different heavenly flames. The fire lotus exploded before Hun Yan, producing a devastating firestorm that instantly destroyed every tunneling creature within 1,000 feet. However, Hun Yan emerged almost unharmed, shielding himself with overwhelming black do qi. He admitted that Xiao Yan possessed considerable ability but demanded that Xiao Yan surrender the Tushi ancient god Jade and promised him a peaceful death. Xiao Yan was shocked that even his strongest attack had failed to inflict serious damage. Old man Shen Nong observed that Hun Yan's aura had become slightly unstable, indicating he had been injured, though not seriously. Yao Lao warned that they had to escape before the Yao clan was completely exterminated or they would also be trapped. Xiao Yan then requested old man Shen Nong and Yao Tian to lend him their heavenly flames. Although surprised, both immediately agreed. Old man Shen Nong handed over the life spirit flame through his medicinal staff, while Yao Tian released the turtle spiritual earth flame, ranked 13th among the heavenly flames. Because Xiao Yan had completely fused with Little Yi and temporarily possessed the constitution of a heavenly flame spirit, he could temporarily wield heavenly flames belonging to others without refining them, provided their owners did not resist. Combined with the 6 heavenly flames he already possessed, Xiao Yan prepared to create an unprecedented extermination fire lotus formed from 8 different heavenly flames, whose destructive power would be unimaginably terrifying. Xiao Yan extracted the life spirit flame and turtle spiritual earth flame, but both heavenly flames instinctively resisted because they already had owners. He used a strand of the purifying demonic lotus flame to suppress them, causing them to become obedient. He then merged them with his existing 6 heavenly flames. The fusion became extremely unstable and nearly exploded, but Xiao Yan relied on his perfect heavenly state spiritual strength to suppress the violent energy. As more do qi poured into the fusion, an 8-colored angry Buddha lotus flame gradually formed. The process consumed an enormous amount of do qi, leaving even Xiao Yan struggling to maintain it. Once completed, the lotus emitted terrifying destructive fluctuations capable of destroying the world. While fighting the fearless Northern King, Hun Yan sensed the frightening energy and realized Xiao Yan's attack posed a genuine threat despite Xiao Yan being only a 5-star do sheng. He blasted the Northern King away, ignored Yao Lao's attack, and easily defeated old man Shen Nong's red poison palm, severely injuring him. Hun Yan then rushed directly toward Xiao Yan. His claw attack tore through Xiao Yan's defenses, shattered his clothes, and cut through the dragon phoenix ancient armor and dragon scales, leaving 5 deep wounds across Xiao Yan's chest. Although seriously injured, Xiao Yan deliberately used the impact to fly backward and calmly detonated the completed 8-colored angry Buddha lotus flame. The fire lotus exploded at point-blank range in front of Hun Yan. Countless extermination light pillars erupted from it, instantly reducing anything they struck to ashes. Hun Yan was pierced by numerous light pillars and desperately used his immense do qi to resist the destructive force. The attack then erupted into a massive world-destroying explosion that illuminated the entire Yao realm like a blazing sun. The mountains below were completely melted into a sea of molten ground. Xiao Yan protected Yao Lao and the others with a huge barrier formed from the purifying demonic lotus flame while retreating from the explosion. After the destructive energy gradually dissipated, Hun Yan crashed into the ground, creating a gigantic crater. Although he survived by relying on his powerful cultivation, his aura had weakened dramatically, indicating that he had suffered severe injuries. Even old man Shen Nong was shocked that Xiao Yan had managed to injure an advanced 7-star do sheng so badly. Xiao Yan noticed that the explosion had torn open a spatial crack. Realizing this was their only chance to escape, he quickly returned the life spirit flame to old man Shen Nong and the turtle spiritual earth flame to Yao Tian. His own condition had become extremely weak because using the 8-colored lotus had exhausted nearly all his strength, making it impossible to launch another attack. After applying medicinal liquid to his chest wounds, Xiao Yan urged everyone to escape immediately and took the lead in flying into the spatial crack. Hun Yan furiously ordered the Hun clan experts to stop them, but the remaining Yao clan experts began sacrificing themselves. One after another, they self-destructed, using their lives to block the Hun clan and prevent them from pursuing Xiao Yan's group. At the same time, Hun Jing intended to break away from Yao Dan and intercept the escapees. But Yao Dan anticipated his intentions. Smiling with relief, Yao Dan thanked Xiao Yan for everything as the dou-qi within his own body became violently unstable. Just after Xiao Yan, Yao Tian, Yao Ling, and the others disappeared into the spatial crack, Yao Dan detonated himself in a devastating self-destruction comparable in power to the explosion of Xiao Yan's 8-colored angry Buddha lotus flame, shaking the blood-soaked Yao realm once again. A devastating extermination storm swept across the Yao realm after Yao Dan's self-destruction. Except for a few top experts, everyone caught in it was instantly reduced to ashes. The power released by a 7-star Do Sheng's self-destruction was enough to destroy the world. Even the Hall of Soul experts who had been pursuing Xiao Yan's group, including Hun Jing and Hun Yan, were forced to retreat and wait for the storm to subside. After several minutes, the storm disappeared, leaving behind a gigantic black crater hundreds of thousands of feet wide, revealing the terrifying destructive force of the explosion. Once the storm faded, Hun Jing and Hun Yan searched for Xiao Yan but found only a slowly repairing spatial crack. Realizing that Xiao Yan's group had successfully escaped through it, furious, Hun Jing recovered the Yao clan's Tushi ancient god Jade from the remains of Yao Dan's self-destruction. Hun Huzi questioned why Xiao Yan had been allowed to escape, but Hun Yan admitted that Xiao Yan's earlier attack possessed destructive power beyond that of an ordinary 7-star Do Sheng and far exceeded the intelligence they had gathered about him. Although Xiao Yan had escaped, Hun Huzi insisted they could not allow him to survive because he possessed another Tushi ancient god Jade. Hun Yan ordered everyone to complete the mission of harvesting the Yao clan's bloodline strength first, while sending word to Hun Sha and Hun Tu, who were outside the realm helping Nihility Devil Flame stabilize the spatial seal, instructing one of them to intercept and kill Xiao Yan. Hun Jing coldly declared that absorbing the Yao clan's bloodline would strengthen the Hun clan for another 1,000 years, allowing their clan head to eventually become the first Do-Di in thousands of years and rule the entire Do-Chi continent, forcing even the Ji-Yu clan to submit. Hun Huzi recalled that their plans had originally progressed much faster until the Xiao clan interfered, causing heavy losses to the Hun clan during the Great War years ago. Hun Jing replied that eliminating the Xiao clan had been worthwhile because the Xiao clan and Ji-Yu clan together would have become an unstoppable threat, while Xiao Zhan himself had been someone even the Hun clan leader feared. After taking a medicinal pill to recover, Hun Yan ordered the immediate collection of the Yao clan's bloodline, believing it would further increase the clan leader's strength before the Hun clan launched its final all-out offensive. Meanwhile, hundreds of kilometers away from the Shennong mountain range, Xiao Yan's group emerged safely from a spatial crack onto a mountain. Everyone sighed in relief after escaping certain death. Yao Lao noticed Xiao Yan's serious chest wound, but Xiao Yan used the purifying demonic lotus flame to expel the invading black energy from his body before taking a medicinal pill to recover. Looking back toward the silent mountain range, everyone knew that the Yao realm had already become a sea of corpses. The surviving younger members of the Yao clan knelt toward their homeland in grief, while several women cried uncontrollably. Having always lived under the Yao clan's protection, they had never experienced such despair. Yao Tian and Yao Ling remained calmer despite their overwhelming sorrow, showing clear signs of maturity after the tragedy. Yao Tian sincerely thanked Xiao Yan for saving their lives and vowed that the Yao clan would repay him in the future. But Xiao Yan declined any reward, saying that the true reason anyone survived was because the Yao clan elders had sacrificed themselves to create the opportunity for escape. He also reflected that Yao Tian was no longer the proud genius of the Yao clan and would now have to rely entirely on his own strength if he wished to revive his fallen clan. When Yao Lao asked what they should do next, Xiao Yan explained that although news of the Hun clan's massacre would make them the enemy of countless Central Plains factions, those ordinary factions were insignificant before the Hun clan's power. Therefore, they had to seek the Ji-Yu clan immediately, since only the Ji-Yu clan possessed enough strength to oppose the Hun clan. Xiao Yan believed that the Ji-Yu, Yan, and Lei clans had to unite before they suffered the same fate as the Yao clan. He also worried that the Sky Mansion Alliance would be even more vulnerable due to its weaker foundation and believed the Hun clan would inevitably target it as well. Xiao Yan instructed Yao Lao to return to the Sky Mansion Alliance first, secretly strengthen its defenses, relocate important members where necessary, and prepare everyone for the coming crisis. Understanding that his own strength would not greatly assist Xiao Yan, Yao Lao reluctantly agreed. Old man Shen Nong decided to accompany Yao Lao to the Sky Mansion Alliance because the Hun clan was also searching for him. And remaining alone had become too dangerous. Xiao Yan was delighted because old man Shen Nong was both a 6-star Do Sheng and a supreme alchemist whose presence would greatly strengthen the alliance. Xiao Yan then arranged for Yao Tian and Yao Ling to accompany him to the Jiyu clan so they could personally testify about the Yao clan's destruction. While the remaining Yao clan survivors would travel to the Sky Mansion Alliance with Yao Lao and old man Shen Nong. After recovering somewhat from his injuries, Xiao Yan prepared to depart. But his expression suddenly changed as he sensed a powerful presence nearby. Looking toward a distant mountain, he saw a man leaning against a giant tree with a huge dark red ghost blade resting on his shoulder. The stranger's savage blood-red eyes resembled a sea of blood. After noticing Xiao Yan had discovered him, the mysterious man smiled ferociously as a sinister aura erupted from his body. Xiao Yan and his group discovered Hun Sha, one of the Hun clan's 4 demon saints, waiting for them on the Shenong mountain range after escaping from the Yao realm. Old man Shen Nong immediately recognized him and explained that his strength was comparable to Hun Jing and Hun Yan, proving that the Hun clan had mobilized nearly all of its top experts to exterminate the Yao clan. Hun Sha was surprised that someone had managed to break the spatial seal left by Lord Nihility. He appeared before the group, identified Xiao Yan, and remarked that although Hun Yan had suffered a defeat at Xiao Yan's hands, the Xiao clan truly deserved its reputation. He claimed that the Hun clan had been wise to annihilate the Xiao clan in the past. Otherwise the current world situation would have been completely different. Xiao Yan carefully observed Hun Sha, realizing that despite his smile, he possessed an extremely cold and ruthless nature. Yao Lao quietly asked Xiao Yan what they should do, knowing that none of them could match Hun Sha in battle. Xiao Yan's 8-colored fire lotus was powerful but could not be used repeatedly. And even that attack had failed to kill Hun Huzi earlier. Xiao Yan therefore decided to remain behind alone to delay Hun Sha while the others escaped. He reassured Yao Lao that he had his own plan and intended to hold Hun Sha back before eventually making his way to the Jiyu clan. Xiao Yan then revealed a Tier 9 mysterious pill, whose enormous energy filled the jade bottle with dazzling light and an extraordinary medicinal fragrance. Yao Lao immediately understood Xiao Yan's plan and became deeply worried because consuming such a pill without carefully refining its medicinal strength would cause severe damage to the body, especially while fighting. However, he also knew there was no better option. Before leaving, Yao Lao handed Xiao Yan a jade token and instructed him to crush it after escaping so he could determine Xiao Yan's location. He then led old man Shen Nong, Yao Tian, and Yao Ling away. Hun Sha noticed their escape and swung his blood-red blade, releasing an enormous blood-colored blade light stretching thousands of feet toward Yao Lao's group. Xiao Yan immediately appeared before the attack, crossed his arms, and forcefully blocked the strike. Although he successfully intercepted it, the tremendous impact smashed him into the mountain range, causing an entire mountain to collapse. Taking advantage of the delay, Yao Lao's group escaped beyond the mountain range and disappeared into the horizon. Seeing that the others had escaped, Hun Sha decided not to pursue them because Xiao Yan was his true objective. His attention shifted to the Tier 9 mysterious pill in Xiao Yan's hand, and greed appeared in his eyes. He demanded that Xiao Yan surrender the pill in exchange for a painless death, threatening that otherwise he would capture Xiao Yan, extract his soul, and torture it with flames for hundreds of years. Xiao Yan ignored the threat, crushed the jade bottle, caught the escaping medicinal pill before it could flee, and swallowed it in one motion. The pill's terrifying medicinal strength erupted immediately after entering Xiao Yan's body. His clothes were instantly reduced to ashes as dragon scales rapidly covered his skin. Vast waves of energy continuously burst from his body and eventually condensed into a powerful armor surrounding him. Inside his body, the medicinal strength raged like countless giant dragons running wild, violently damaging every meridian and organ. Even Xiao Yan's heavenly state soul struggled to suppress the uncontrollable energy. Finally, the overwhelming power burst forth in the form of a thunderous roar that echoed across the mountains, collapsing surrounding peaks and forcing Yao Tian and Yao Ling, who were still some distance away, to retreat even farther. Hun Sha remained calm after witnessing the tremendous eruption of energy. He mocked Xiao Yan, saying that Tier 9 mysterious pill required numerous supporting medicinal pills and careful refinement after consumption. By swallowing it directly in the middle of battle, Xiao Yan was effectively committing suicide because the violent medicinal strength would eventually destroy his body. After speaking, Hun Sha launched a lightning-fast attack, instantly appearing before Xiao Yan and slashing his neck with his blood-colored blade. Unable to avoid the attack, Xiao Yan condensed the overflowing energy into a massive heavy ruler and met the strike directly. The collision released an extremely sharp shockwave that split the mountain beneath them into two halves and shook the entire mountain range. Xiao Yan was blasted backward thousands of feet, and blood rose into his throat. However, instead of becoming discouraged, he became excited because the violent collision had consumed a significant portion of the overwhelming medicinal energy inside his body, relieving some of the unbearable pressure. Realizing that battle itself was helping him release the pill's power, Xiao Yan immediately launched a relentless counterattack. He rushed toward Hun Sha and repeatedly swung his heavy ruler without using any techniques. Relying entirely on raw strength, each strike condensed into an enormous ruler light stretching thousands of feet, splitting mountains apart wherever it passed. Hun Sha was forced to defend continuously, creating countless blade afterimages to block the endless attacks. Every collision pushed him thousands of feet backward, gradually numbing his arms and driving him deeper into the shattered mountain range. Although Hun Sha found himself at a disadvantage, he remained confident. He believed Xiao Yan could not continue for long because the unrefined medicinal energy would eventually destroy his body from within. Therefore, he focused entirely on defense, intending to wait until Xiao Yan collapsed under the pill's backlash. Xiao Yan completely ignored Hun Sha's taunts. As more medicinal strength poured through his body, his attacks became increasingly fierce and powerful. The entire Shenong mountain range was devastated as countless mountains were split apart or reduced to rubble under the repeated collisions. Eventually, one especially powerful ruler strike sent Hun Sha flying backward over 10,000 feet, smashing through numerous mountains before finally stopping. At that moment, Xiao Yan suddenly stopped attacking. The battle had consumed enough of the pill's energy to greatly stabilize his condition. Laughing loudly, he spread the bone wings on his back and immediately turned to flee instead of continuing the fight. He headed toward the direction where the Northern King, acting under Xiao Yan's secret orders, had already taken Yao Tian and Yao Ling away while Xiao Yan distracted Hun Sha. Hun Sha stabilized himself by stomping onto a mountain, shattering it beneath his feet. Realizing that Xiao Yan had deliberately used the battle to expend the pill's energy and buy time for everyone to escape, his face darkened with rage. He roared that no matter where Xiao Yan fled, he would eventually capture him, cut off his flesh piece by piece, and extract his soul. Hun Sha then transformed into a streak of bloody light and pursued Xiao Yan at full speed. Determined not to let him escape, Xiao Yan fled across the sky after exchanging blows with Hun Sha. While Hun Sha relentlessly pursued him with overwhelming evil aura, the chase alarmed countless experts across the Central Plains. But no one dared interfere because of Hun Sha's terrifying strength. Xiao Yan realized Hun Sha had no intention of giving up and learned from Yao Tian that the Jiyu realm was still about half a day away. Meanwhile, the immense energy of the Tier 9 mysterious pill was ravaging Xiao Yan's body from within. Although Little Yi continuously refined the energy, it could not keep up, leaving Xiao Yan's body severely damaged and threatening to explode if the energy remained uncontrolled. Fearing he could no longer protect both Yao Tian and Yao Ling while maintaining enough speed to escape, Xiao Yan ordered them to leave separately, believing Hun Sha only wanted him because of the Tushi ancient god Jade. However, both siblings insisted on staying with him. To prevent further argument, Yao Ling suddenly struck Yao Tian with a gentle palm, allowing Xiao Yan to send him away by force while taking Yao Ling with him. Yao Tian reluctantly fled in another direction as instructed. Xiao Yan carried Yao Ling while greatly increasing his speed. Although Yao Ling, who was usually cold and proud, silently admired Xiao Yan's courage, determination, and character, Xiao Yan remained entirely focused on suppressing the violent energy inside his body while maintaining his escape. Hun Sha noticed the two had separated but ignored Yao Tian, continuing to pursue Xiao Yan because obtaining the Tushi ancient god Jade was the Hun clan's true objective. The chase continued for several hours, with the two crossing nearly half of the Central Plains. Xiao Yan's condition steadily worsened as crystallized energy from the pill accumulated throughout his meridians, blocking them despite Little Yi's efforts to refine it. The expanding energy crystals caused even Xiao Yan's exceptionally tough meridians to ache, demonstrating the terrifying power of a Tier 9 mysterious pill. Seeing Xiao Yan's exhausted spiritual strength, Yao Ling revealed that her unique constitution allowed her blood to nourish spiritual strength and offered her wrist to him. Xiao Yan discovered she was telling the truth after drinking some of her blood. Upon entering his body, it transformed into mysterious energy that restored his exhausted spiritual strength to an even fuller state than before. He briefly experienced an uncontrollable impulse to drain all of her blood to further strengthen his soul, but immediately suppressed the thought. Felt ashamed of himself, stopped drinking, thanked Yao Ling, and apologized. Yao Ling then sensed that Hun Sha had become even faster. Xiao Yan realized Hun Sha was growing impatient and urged Yao Ling to hold tightly as they rushed toward the nearby Jiyu clan, believing they would be safe once they reached its territory. Determined not to let Xiao Yan escape, Hun Sha used a secret technique by transforming his douqi into a gigantic black bat, sacrificing a mouthful of his essence blood to dramatically increase his speed. He instantly disappeared and reappeared directly above Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan narrowly avoided the first attack by suddenly diving downward, but Hun Sha immediately emerged from space, blocked his path, and unleashed an enormous bloodblade attack powerful enough to shatter the land. As Xiao Yan prepared to make a final stand by summoning Little Yi and the power of the 9 mysterious golden lightning, an elderly expert suddenly appeared in front of him and declared that Hun Sha had become far too arrogant by attempting to kill someone within the territory of the Jiyu clan. Xiao Yan finally escaped to the territory of the Jiyu clan, where he was intercepted by the green-robed elder Jiyu Dao, one of the Jiyu clan's 3 immortals. Jiyu Dao revealed that he had sensed Xiao Yan being pursued for a long time and warned Hun Sha to stop since he had entered Jiyu clan territory. Hun Sha declared that Xiao Yan was his target and demanded that Jiyu Dao hand him over. But Jiyu Dao refused, stating that Xiao Yan was already considered half a member of the Jiyu clan. Jiyu Dao teased Xiao Yan by mentioning that he had taken Xuan Er's virginity in the demonic flame realm, leaving Xiao Yan embarrassed. Xiao Yan quickly informed Jiyu Dao that the Hun clan had destroyed the Yao clan and was also responsible for exterminating the Ling and Shi clans. Jiyu Dao's expression became serious after hearing this. Although the Jiyu clan had suspected the Hun clan before, Xiao Yan's confirmation shocked him. Hun Sha openly admitted the crimes and arrogantly claimed that the Jiyu clan would eventually suffer the same fate. Jiyu Dao coldly responded that the Hun clan had overestimated itself. Hun Sha immediately attacked Jiyu Dao. The 2 7-star Dousheng experts clashed with terrifying force. Jiyu Dao wielded a massive green rod while Hun Sha fought with a blood-colored blade. Their attacks shook the surrounding space across tens of thousands of feet, creating violent storms that devastated the landscape. But neither side gained a clear advantage. During the battle, Xiao Yan retreated with Yao Ling to a nearby mountain. Having finally escaped immediate danger, he focused on refining the overwhelming medicinal energy of the Tier 9 mysterious pill that filled his body. He summoned Little Yi, which transformed into a fire cauldron, allowing the purifying demonic lotus flame to completely envelop him. The powerful heavenly flame refined the crystallized medicinal energy within his meridians, gradually converting it into pure douqi. As the refinement continued, Xiao Yan's blocked meridians reopened. The refined energy flowed through his body, and his cultivation steadily increased as the full effects of the medicinal pill were released. Meanwhile, the battle between Jiyu Dao and Hun Sha became increasingly intense. Hun Sha realized that prolonging the fight inside Jiyu clan territory would eventually attract the other 2 Jiyu clan immortals, making escape nearly impossible. Determined to end the battle quickly, he unleashed his powerful blood god tearing sky technique. His enormous blood blade descended from the sky, collapsing space across a vast area and carving an unimaginably deep trench into the plains below. Jiyu Dao enlarged his green rod and directly blocked the attack. Their collision released an indescribably destructive shockwave that caused the surrounding plains to sink by dozens of feet and reduced countless mountains to dust. However, Hun Sha had used the massive attack only as a distraction. While Jiyu Dao dealt with the bloodblade, Hun Sha suddenly disappeared and reappeared beside Xiao Yan. He shattered the fire cauldron surrounding Xiao Yan and attempted to kill him before he could finish refining the pill. At that critical moment, Xiao Yan opened his eyes. Having completely refined the medicinal energy, his strength had advanced from 5-star Do Sheng to 6-star Do Sheng. Hun Sha was shocked by Xiao Yan's sudden breakthrough but continued his attack without hesitation, determined to eliminate him before he became even stronger. Facing Hun Sha's fatal strike, Xiao Yan calmly activated the golden dragon symbol on his arm. The 9 mysterious golden lightning emerged as a golden bolt of lightning and instantly pierced through Hun Sha's palm. The terrifying force blasted Hun Sha backward, leaving a charred, bloody hole in his hand and causing him to spit out blood. Ji Yu Dao, who arrived moments later, was astonished after sensing the frightening power contained within the golden lightning. Even a 7-star Do Sheng like Hun Sha had been unable to defend against it. Hun Sha realized that if the attack had struck his head instead of his hand, he would have been seriously injured. Soon afterward, many Ji Yu clan experts rapidly approached the battlefield. Knowing he had lost his final opportunity to capture Xiao Yan, Hun Sha unwillingly retreated. Before leaving, he angrily swore that Xiao Yan would repay today's humiliation tenfold. Xiao Yan calmly watched Hun Sha disappear into the distance before lowering his arm. Realizing that the 9 mysterious golden lightning's power had been completely exhausted, even with his current 6-star Do Sheng strength, he could barely control that terrifying force. Yao Ling was shocked to see Hun Sha retreat after facing Xiao Yan. She asked if he had successfully refined the Tier 9 mysterious pill. Xiao Yan explained that he had only refined part of it, but even that partial refinement had raised his strength from the advanced 5-star Do Sheng level to the 6-star Do Sheng level. He believed that completely refining the pill would allow him to firmly reach the intermediate 6-star Do Sheng level. Ji Yu Dao arrived and joked that his intervention had been unnecessary. Xiao Yan thanked him, explaining that without Ji Yu Dao's help, his body would have exploded from the overwhelming medicinal strength of the pill. When Ji Yu Dao learned that Xiao Yan had consumed a Tier 9 mysterious pill, he was astonished and admitted that even he had never possessed such a pill. Soon, Ling Quan led dozens of Ji Yu clan experts to the scene after sensing the battle. Xiao Yan recognized Ling Quan, who had once been stronger than him. Ling Quan also recognized Xiao Yan and reflected on how, in just over a decade, Xiao Yan had grown from someone unable to challenge him into one of the continent's greatest experts. Ji Yu Dao informed them that Hun Sha, one of the Hun clan's 4 demon saints, had been the attacker. Ling Quan and the others were shocked because Hun Sha was comparable in status to the Ji Yu clan's 3 immortals. Ji Yu Dao reprimanded the younger generation, pointing out that Xiao Yan, despite being younger than all of them, had survived Hun Sha's pursuit and had even nearly broken Hun Sha's arm. He urged them to use Xiao Yan as an example. Ling Quan accepted the criticism and sincerely admired Xiao Yan's achievements. Xiao Yan humbly stated that he would not have survived without Ji Yu Dao's assistance. He then requested an audience with Ji Yu Yuan, explaining that the destruction of the Yao clan was an extremely serious matter and that the Hun clan was clearly plotting something. Ling Quan and the others were horrified to learn that the Yao clan had been annihilated. Ji Yu Dao agreed that the situation was extremely grave and said the Yan and Lei clans also needed to be informed because the Hun clan was clearly targeting all the ancient clans. Xiao Yan agreed that the Hun clan had openly become the enemy of every ancient clan. Ji Yu Dao immediately escorted Xiao Yan and Yao Ling into the Ji Yu realm. News of the Yao clan's destruction caused tremendous alarm throughout the Ji Yu clan, as no one had realized that the Hun clan had eliminated the Yao clan in secret. The Ji Yu clan elders gathered in a solemn meeting led by Ji Yu Yuan. Xiao Yan sensed the immense hidden power within Ji Yu Yuan and recognized him as one of the strongest experts on the Doqi continent. Beside Ji Yu Yuan sat the Ji Yu clan's 3 immortals, including Ji Yu Dao, each possessing strength comparable to him. Many elders who had once known Xiao Yan looked at him with complicated expressions because he had advanced from an ordinary Do Zun to a genuine 6-star Do Sheng in only a few years, leaving only a 1-star gap between himself and the 3 immortals. Among the younger generation sat Xuan whose eyes remained fixed on Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan respectfully greeted Ji Yu Yuan, Hu warmly praised his extraordinary progress and declared that the Shao clan's revival was now possible, adding that Shao Zan would be proud of him. Jiyu Yuan then told Shao Yan to call him uncle, since Xuan was his daughter. Openly acknowledging their relationship, Xuan blushed, while the younger members of the Jiyu clan were shocked because this meant Jiyu Yuan had accepted Shao Yan and Xuan together. Shao Yan happily accepted, realizing that Jiyu Yuan already knew about his relationship with Xuan. He also understood that only his current strength allowed him to receive such approval, since the Jiyu clan would never entrust Xuan to an ordinary person. Jiyu Yuan then asked Shao Yan to explain what had happened to the Yao clan. Before beginning, Shao Yan asked whether Jiyu Yuan had ever heard of the Tunling clan. The moment the words, Tunling clan, were spoken, many elders accidentally shattered the cups in their hands. They stared at Shao Yan with visible fear. Seeing their reaction, Shao Yan realized that the Tunling clan possessed an origin so terrifying that even the mighty Jiyu clan feared them.